was saying, that was probably the extent to which I'll be able to communicate with you in BSL today. I was very fortunate, alongside two of my ministerial colleagues, Aileen Campbell, who is the Minister for Public Health and Sport, and also Maureen Watt, who is the Minister for Mental Health, to have a BSL awareness session from Deaf Action last week, in which we were able to see a video of Deborah talking about her own circumstances and also issues affecting the deaf-blind community. It was extremely worthwhile, and I think also very important that ministers such as myself, who will be lead responsibility for BSL, and also Aileen and Maureen, who will have responsibility through the healthcare system for many of the issues which are relevant to the deaf and deafblind community, took the time to understand a little bit more about BSL and the deaf and deafblind community and the issues that affect individuals within those communities. That said, one awareness raising session is not going to make me an expert. I'm fully aware of that, and that is why groups such as this are so crucially important as we look to bring forward the first national plan as a result of the BSL Act being passed. I was privileged to be in the chamber when the Act was passed, and among what I think were many momentous occasions during the last session of the Parliament, I have to say the reaction that greeted the passing of that legislation, I think, was up there with the reaction that greeted the passing of the Equal Marriage Bill in terms of the outpouring of emotion and gratitude from members of the community who attended, and also the relations across the parties in making sure that the legislation was as good as we could make it in the chamber. So, as Deborah has indicated, unfortunately I cannot be with you for the whole of the morning. I will have to leave at the end of my discussion with you, but that, I think, shouldn't be the end of our engagement, and I am keen to come back to future meetings, perhaps not to address you, but certainly to hear what discussions are taking place. So please do continue to keep me informed of when the meetings are taking place, and I will look to ensure that I can come back and hear from you, because I think it's really important for me as the Minister with lead responsibility to build as good a relationship with yourselves as possible. That will help ensure that the plan that we take forward is realistic and achievable, but also that when we are looking at the wider priorities of government, we can ensure that the views and interests of the deaf and deafblind communities are properly considered and properly represented. So I want you to view me as much as your representative in government as possible, and do feel free either to contact me directly or to communicate to me through my officials any concerns or issues you might have. I can't promise that we'll always be able to come to an agreement, but I can promise that you will always find me willing to listen to what you have to say and to take on board your points of view and to make representations to other members within government should that be appropriate. So I think you've probably heard enough from me, so now is an opportunity for you to ask me any questions that you might have in regards to my role, and so I shall now hand the floor back over to you.